the Manjari. If I'm identified with the Manjari, I don't need it anymore because I'm in. But in the stage of the practice, I need this kind of experience. When there is no experience, bhajan can be called lifeless. So my bhajan is not very successful. Lifeless. It's a cold. I am chanting the holy name, but I don't relish the sweetness of the name. So it's a mechanical chanting. I have no relation to the name and to those to whom I am calling these names, the sweetness of Radha and Mohan. And I'm not identified as a Manjari, because in that moment, for 100%, I will have feelings. I am performing all items of devotion, like hearing, chanting, and deity worship, just like a machine. In Srimad Bhagavat, it is said, just as the body is nourished, strengthened, and relieved from hunger by every mouthful of food that we take, devotion, experience of God, and renunciation of sense gratification all appear simultaneously when we do bhajan. There's no shortage of helpers on the path of devotion. Even if a devotee falls, there are always people behind him that will pick him up. Wow, this is also. This is also a double meaning to every one of us. So if we fall, there will be always others who will help and guiding us. But on the other hand, when we see others who seems to fall, we have to be there in that moment to help them. Yeah. Because in the Sevaras, we sing like that. And I feel not in the kind of a preaching or to make them the same understanding or like a religion, but in that kind of helping mood that they feel that they are not alone. There is no shortage of helpers on the path of devotion. Even if a devotee falls there, even if a devotee falls, there are always people behind him that will pick him up. The Devas prayed as follows to Sri Krishna in his mother's womb. O Madhava, the devotee can never fall from the path of sadhana, like the dry schoolers and proud and offensive persons that were discussed in the previous Bhagavad verse. Can, because they are bound by love for you. Again, O Madhava, the devotee can never fall from the path of sadhana, like the dry schoolers and proud and offensive persons can, because they are bound by love for you. Oh Lord, you are always protecting them, so they fearlessly step over the heads of all different obstacles and become blessed by attaining the service of your lotus feet. They will step over the heads of all obstacles means that although certainly great obstacles may cross the path of a progressive devotee, the devotee will simply step over them just as one steps on the stairs of a staircase, and thus ascends to Sri Vaikuntha, the blissful abode of God. In other words, if the devotee falls down, he will greatly repent within his mind, and the resultant feelings of humility, anxiety, and eagerness will help him to attain the great mercy of the Lord, and thus become blessed. Experience in the bhajan of Radha Dasya is inevitable or invitable. It is as if the maidservant hears Swamini calling her. It is as if the voice of Swamini, whose heart is most soft out of compassion, is anointed with the nectar of love when she calls her maid servant. This is not attainable through a small amount of fortune. When such transcendental visions or spurtis become very vivid, it is as if it is all really happening. And when the vision vanishes, the devotee laments in a heart-rending way, becoming totally overwhelmed. In this way, an unbroken stream of relish goes on during visions, and as well as after the disappearance of those visions. The relish of the practicing devotee's sadhana is also not small. But an offender like me is deprived of this relish. I'm chanting because I have a certain quota, but I don't taste the nectar of the holy name. Why should my bhajan be finished after I have completely my quota? Why should my bhajan be finished after I have completed my quota? The quota should be depend on the relish. That is desirable. No, this is desirable, right, Uddhava? Desirable.
Yes, desirable.
Desirable. The quota should be depend on the relish. This should be my desire. The devotee should have a natural love for his bhajan, just as a materialist has a natural love for his wife, children, and money. The heart should be filled with eagerness he should wander around crying out, "Where are you, Radharani?" The Taraka Brahmanama, the transcendental Savior holy name, Hare Krishna, is in the eighth vocative case. The Lord should be called wholeheartedly by chanting these names, just as a mother is called for by a lost child, or as a husband is called for by his chaste and loving wife when he is abroad. I'm your maidservant, but I have never seen you. Where are you? In which kunja or behind which tree are you hiding? Please show yourself to me once. Only once. Save my life by revealing yourself. Look, I'm dying. Please cast a merciful glance on me. My life can only be saved if you kindly show me your sweet self with Madana Mohan and your Sakis, standing in the shade of a wish-yielding tree on the bank of Radha Kund. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami is crying out of separation, inundating the bank of Radha Kund with his loving tears. Suddenly, a transcendental vision comes to him. Swamini calls him in this spiritual revelation, Tulasi, how sweetly is she calling. Her voice is like a stream of nectar that cools off Tulasi's heart, that is afflicted by separation. When Tulasi looks around, she sees Swamini standing before her. How many tears of compassion are streaming from her eyes that are illuminated by Mahabhav, as she calls her maidservant with a tender heart, filled with compassion, and a voice anointed with the nectar of love. That honey-sweet voice of Swamini is like the nectar of hope that Tulasi has carried in her heart for so long. Tell me, Tulasi, why do you want to see only me? Swamini asking. Sri Raghunath Das, in his spiritual absorption, gives the answer in this verse. O Swamini, ever since I met this Sri Rupa Manjari, who is your merciful gift and who has opened my eyes by teaching me how to serve you, I have desired to see the red leg on your lotus-like feet. Srimati Rupa Manjari is the personification of the mellow of service, and she is the leader of all the maidservants of Sri Radha. She has a most intimate friendship with Tulasi Manjari. In his Sva Sankalpa Prakasha Stotram, Sri Das Goswami shows the desire to learn expertise in all kinds of devotional service from the 8 girlfriends of Sri Radha, or these are the Ashtasakis. But the prayers themselves, particularly the prayers for the divine couple's confidential service, are personally directed to Srimati Rupa Manjari's lotus feet. O Saki, Rupa Manjari, when the divine couple completes their erotic battle in Cupid's assembly, their bodies meet in sleep. When will I, on their order, quickly approach them and eagerly serve them by moving a fan of flowers? When we read and listen this, then that becomes even our prayer. We have to listen it like a Manjari is doing, and we have to read it like a Manjari doing. So we are calling directly our Rupa Manjari. O Saki Rupa Manjari. When the divine couple completes their erotic battle in Cupid's assembly, their bodies meet in sleep. When will I, on their order, quickly approach them and eagerly serve them by moving a fan of flowers? O moon-faced girl, when the divine couple becomes eager for love-making, once more on their bed of flowers in a kunja full of humming bees, will I be able to please them by blissfully preparing garlands, kumkuma, honey wine, and betel leaves for them? Honey wine. In his Pradhana Giti, Srila Narottam Das Thakur has described how the practicing devotee who attains perfection in his maid servanthood, sadhana sita kinkari, is introduced to the divine couple by Srila Rupa Manjari. This is a prayer of Narottam Das Thakur. When will my master Lokanath Goswami take me along and submit me to Sri Rupa Goswami on Manjari's lotus feet? When will that blessed moment come when Sri Rupa Manjari will look at me and call me this new maidservant, quickly ordering me, "O Dasi, come here. Quickly get the paraphernalia of your service." My heart will be filled with joy when she orders me like this, And I will do my service with a pure heart. I will do my service with a pure heart. A pure heart. How is that possible? Is a pure heart possible in this material world with the identification of a plastic body? It's not possible, no? Because there, in this plastic body, there are always desires of uh, enjoyment, of sense gratification. So the pure heart will arise when we are fully identified as a maidservant within a Siddha Deha. Then there are different senses made for service. There is no other meaning. This body is only happy when is used in the seva. And so then the pure heart is there, because this heart is only fixed on the service, in love. I will keep my paraphernalia for service on a jeweled plate, fill up a golden pitcher with scented water, and quickly come before Radha and Mohan. When will Narottam Das attain that state? I will shyly stand behind Shri Rupa as Radha and Krishna look at me again. Smile and ask Rupa with kind hearts, "Oh Rupa, where did you get this new maidservant?" Hearing their inquiry, Sri Rupa Manjari then tells them, "Manjulali Manjari," this is the spiritual name of Srila Lokanath Goswami, "has given me this maidservant to bring her before you. Knowing her to be very humble, I kept her there to serve you." After telling them this directly, she will engage Narottam Das in their service. So this is a beautiful example how a maidservant will enter in that exclusive circle of the maidservants. We can see how Narottam Das is relishing how he was brought to Radha Mohan by Rupa Manjari, and how Rupa Manjari accepted her as a maidservant, because her guru, Lokanath Swami, was giving her to Rupa. So Guru gives to Rupa, and Rupa brings to Radha Mohan. Without the Guru, we will never get this maidservanthood. So we need a maidservant to become a maidservant. It's impossible to collect some knowledge and then to become a maidservant. This is not possible. This will never work. We need a self-realized soul as a maidservant who bring us to Rupa, and Rupa will bring us to Radha Mohan.
Beautiful.
This is the way. Right, Gurudev?
This is the way. This is Bhav Bhakti way. And when Rupa Manjari hand over to Radhika, then Prema Bhakti. This is the
It's a personal way. It's not impersonal possible. Because also in the spiritual abode, it's all in that personal meaning. It's not theory, or we can describe somehow. We have to enter there with our person. And this person is a Manjari.
when Jiva will avishar, then he will become Manjari by the grace of Gurudev. And then Bhav Bhakti will come.
Can you explain Abhisar, Gurudev?
Jiva avishar, not body, material body avishar. When my Jiva move for that, Jiva will move, then Jiva get the five mercy of Gurudev. When he will realize now Jiva is ready to move, then he gives the Manjari Sarup. And sometime by grace also is mercy. He give in Sadhak Deha also Manjari Sarup that one day Jiva will avishar. But the Manjari Sarup receiving is also is a gift that we have a hope to Jiva avishar.
Mm. Mm. After telling them this directly, she will engage Narottam Das in their service. In this way, the chief maidservant of Sri Radha, Srimati Rupa Manjari, descended to earth along with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the age of Kali, in the form of Srila Rupa Goswami, to preach the message about the Rasika Leela of Vrindavan that had become lost in due course of time. Srila Narottam Das Thakur sings, these two saints revealed all the ways of loving devotion in their own books. By hearing these topics, the heart floats in ecstatic love and one takes shelter of the Madhura Rasa. This is all so heart-melting description, Gurudev. Most merciful and loving. We can feel, if we read it, the compassion in the Manjaris and in Sri Radhika. They revealed the love of the adolescent pair of Vrindavan, which is as pure as gold, molten 100,000 times. All glories to Rupa and Sanatana. Please give me this treasure of love. I will wear this gift like a jewel necklace around my neck. Srila Rupa Goswami has given the world sublime scientific rasa scriptures, books like Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and Ujjvala Nilamani, in which he taught the practicing devotee the truths about rasa, prema, and sadhana. Rasa is a spiritual flavor. Prema is a divine love of God. And sadhana is the devotional practice. So that some fortunate practitioners have been able to enter into the confidential truths of Godhead. He has also written prayers, praises, poetry, and even theater plays, in which he revealed the spiritual flavors of Radha and Krishna's Leelas, and the mood of their maidservants. This is Manjari Bhav. Srila Ramananda Roy, the foremost of Rasika devotees in the world, first read these masterpieces to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu near the cottage of Srila Haridas Thakur at Puri. In Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Das Kaviraj writes, hearing this, Ramananda Roy submitted to the Lord's lotus feet. I praise the poetry of Rupa with 1,000 mouths. This is not poetry. It is a stream of nectar. It contains all the definitions of drama and the quintessence of all philosophical conclusions. These wonderful descriptions show his loving expertise, and when the ears hear it, they become dizzy of ecstatic love. Without your power, no ordinary living entity can speak like this. He said to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ramananda Roy is speaking to him, and then he explained, without your power, no ordinary living entity can speak like this. I suppose you are empowering him to speak like that. Ramananda Roy said that Rupa Goswami only can speak like that because he got empowered by Mahaprabhu himself. The Lord later personally confirmed that Srila Ramananda Roy was not mistaking. So, all this emanates from Radharani. And she now came in the form of Mahaprabhu. And she or he empowered Rupa to speak like this. And Ramananda Roy explained it in that way. Right?
Right. Because Ramananda was Visakha.
Vishaka. She could understand all this, what happened.
Radha is empowering Rupa how to be a Dasi.
And she also understood that even her own realizations came from Radhika herself, right?
Yes.
So Ramananda Roy understood that all this, what she or he is speaking to Mahaprabhu, is emanating from Mahaprabhu to his heart.
Because Mahaprabhu, he and she both is there. And she is more provident in Mahaprabhu. Radhika.
Yeah.
And he finds in the Kali Yuga how to help. Baba, do jab.
The Lord said, when I met him in Prayag, my mind was pleased with his qualities. I am very pleased with his poetry, with all its embellishments. Without such poetry, there can be no preaching of rasa. Without such poetry, there can be no preaching of rasa. Everyone should be merciful to him and bless him with this boon. Let him always describe the prema rasa of Braj Leela. Wow. Tulasi tells Swamini, it was by Rupa Manjari's grace that I am now fixed in your service. And we can say like this in our case. We got it by Rupa Manjari's grace. Right, Gurudev?
Right.
We are in the same position still now. Everything comes after that. It is on the mercy of Rupa.
Right.
Even his disciple Raghunath Das got it by his mercy.
Right.
And when we read this book, it's Rupa Manjari's and his Tulsi Manjari's mercy.
What is
So
the reason? Rupa Manjari teach us how to jiva visar,
yeah,
how to bring out from this bodily identification to myself. That is the Rupa, Abhideha. Deha, but Abhideha. Out of this body, how to come out.
well, Abhideha, aha.
Deha. Out of this body, in living in this body, how to be identify myself. This is Avidya. He's the Acharya, he's the teacher of this. So everybody has to take shelter of him because
Yeah,
Avidya is important. And Sanatana Goswami is teaching Sambandha. We never make relation with Istadev. That Sambandha is his teacher. So we have to respect him that how I can get the relation with my Istadev.
mm,
Sambandha. Sambandha is a very important.
sure.
Material and we know, but spiritually, as a soul where I relate, that has to. That
Yeah,
Sambandha only by the grace of Sanatana Goswami we develop. So he is the main senior most because without relation,
no,
Avidya will come.
no, never. That all fits together.
Yes,
If there's one piece missing, it not fits. It's not working. It's so clear, Gurudev. It's a natural.
it's a natural. But we are so busy in the practice of unnatural, so we never try to be natural.
Yes, right.
And Manasiksha is very helpful to us in this way.
Manashiksha means, Gurudev?
To teach my mind, to myself what to do in my life. Mana, instruction to myself. We are teaching whole world, but we don't want to teach myself. It's a very deep subject.
Hmm.
And our Uddhavji collect many acharyas teaching there. So it's so beautiful, he collection of all
Hmm.
acharyas. And he's explaining that. Very nice. Sharing.
Beautiful. And to be Rupa Anuga means that we follow this path.
We have to teach myself. If I don't know myself and I know, teach to myself what I will realize. What I realized about sense enjoyment, body and ego, I will teach that. So that
Right.
will be a heavy circle.
What is the name? Jiva Abhisar? No. Jiva? This jumping from the material to the spiritual.
Yeah,
Moving. If we not allow the jiva to enter in the spiritual body. This will not happen. It's not possible in the material body, because there are always mind, senses, everything is there, and they will always be disturbing me, and my heart will never be a pure heart.
If jiva will not avisar, then my senses will be moving. We cannot control my senses.
No.
My ego will move. I cannot control them.
No.
What is the way to control them?
No way. In the active, I meditate in that body about the senses to stop them is not possible. Raghunath Das is showing how it works. He is so absorbed in his Siddha Swarup, then there is no more meaning of this material body. He forget everything, even to eat and to drink. This is not that he neglect his material senses. He was in a higher taste, right, Gurudev?
Yes.
His jiva was identified in the Manjari bhav.
He was in Prema Bhakti.
Prema bhakti. Enjoying.
Yeah.
Not suffering.
Yeah.
We see with the material eyes, we see his body is suffering. But if we see him with the spiritual eyes as a Manjari, and we see, my God, he is so much enjoying Leela. He's in Seva with a Manjari body. But that we only can see when we also in that stage, right?
Yeah. And when he loses his seva, that is his suffering. Because he knows that then he has to come back to his material body.
Yeah.
Because he's bringing back to coming down once. So he was crying for that. Why I my seva? What happened?
Gurudev, this jiva abhisar is the greed.
Jiva Visar means Jiva wants to move. Greed is different word. Greed means desire. And Jiva Visar means my soul wants to move out for the service of Krishna or Radhika. That is Jiva. Desires are there. Desire for this is there. Greed means desire. This is desire. Greed is there for this or not. I want to enjoy my senses. I want to enjoy my ego. And I want to live in my body. What is my desire? What is my greed? Spiritual greed. This or that.
You said, Gurudev, that after Rupa Goswami offer us, prema is starting. You said
first, Rupa Goswami, who will bring to Rupa Goswami?
Guru Manjari.
First, start from there. Guru Manjari. If I am not surrendered to Guru Manjari, why he will bring me? If I am not desire for Jiva Visar, why he will bring to Rupa Manjari? Not if foolish or crazy, he will not become angry, Rupa Goswami. This man is enjoying the senses body and he want to not leave this. Why you bring to? Even Guru will not bring to his Guru. Why Guru Parampara is there? How he can give? First he teach, but one student learn, one not want to learn what he can do. If somebody don't want to help himself, then Guru cannot help. We have to be greedy for that. Guru see our greed, then he helps. If somebody has no greed for this, why he will help?
Greed is even more than to finish the suffering of the material world.
Yeah.
Greed is really to desire the seva.
No, my greed is my sense enjoyment. Then, and then how greed will go? My greed is to live in my false ego. I'm a big guy, I'm a rich man. This is, I want to give. Okay, chant more. He will say, chant more. Why chant more? Then still not realization come to you. Try to chant. But I don't want to chant. Then I have not progress. Chant more means you are not ready for that. Why not Gurudev when give Diksha? He not say anything. Why he not say anything? He not teach even the what mantra he is doing. Why? Because you will not understand. First chant, then you will understand. Chanting is the way to understand. My blockage, mantra can open my block. I have, I have, I have no much power to break that blockage. What I create by mistake without chant. If I will say, my Gurudev will say me something, I will not listen. Why? Because I have no clear vision to see. Then vision will when come? When I will chant, I will clean my foggy mind. Then foggy is the difficulties in me that I cannot see more than that. Because fog is very thick. But chanting can clear my foggy mind.
Mm. We just read about the topic of the chanting also. But an offender like me is deprived of this relish. I'm chanting because I have a certain quota, but I don't taste the nectar of the holy name.
Yeah.
Why should my bhajan be finished after I have completed my quota? The quota should be depend on the relish. This is desirable.
Wow.
The devotee should have a natural love for his bhajan, just as a materialist has a natural love for his wife, children, and money. The heart should be filled with eagerness. He should wander around, crying out, "Where are you, Radharani?" Tulasi tells Swamini, "It was by Rupa Manjari's grace that I am now fixed in your service. And now I desire to see the red leg on your lotus-like foot soles. And not just seeing. Some did triksha, completely seeing. And when can I admire that red leg more than when it shines on a blackish background? It would be very sweet if your red leg would perk on Shyam's blackish chest. I want to see your lover's eagerness to color his chest so beautiful with this leg. I don't want to see only you. I also like to see your Shyam, if he is yours. If he is yours. All through, I am not really eager to see Shyam on the strength of having taken shelter of your lotus feet. I will automatically still get to see him out also. When you decorate your body with Sri Radhika's foot dust, you will easily get Giridhari from Prema Bhakti Chandrika. This is the internal meaning of the word Samditriksha. There is no end to the stream of Raghunath's visions. Shri Rasika Chandra Das sings, O Queen of Vrindavan, hear me. Ever since Sri Rupa Manjari engaged me in your devotional service here in Braj, mercifully glancing at this maidservant with her two eyes, my thirst to see the splendid leg on your lotus feet greatly increases. So here we see that also Sri Rasika Chandra Das is praying to Rupa Manjari. When I see the leg marks on your foot soles, I find even more bliss than when I see the beautiful form of Shyam, which is matchless within the three worlds. Thus ends the explanation of the verse 14 of Sri Vilapa Kusumanjali. So Gurudev will guide us to Rupa Manjari when he can see that there is a great greed in our heart, that we are ready to move from material consciousness in spiritual consciousness, from material identification to spiritual identification.
Arey bhai, if some
What?
guru goes to the seva to Swamini or Rupa Manjari and he has no follower, then he has to do all seva alone. So, so need a helper.
Jayo.
So he is greedy for that.
Wow.
That somebody can come to help me. And how not he will do this?
Wow,
But
Gurudev. This is beautiful.
my Gurudev is waiting for me and I am not ready to serve to him. This is we have to feel.
Wow.
What is the use of becoming disciple that I cannot serve in his Nitya Leela when my Gurudev is in service of Radharani and I am not serving with him? We are very unfortunate for that. Easiest way for me because he is the Siddha Purush. He is in the with the service in Manjari and Rati Manjari, and I am not prepared myself to be there to help him.
Hmm.
What type of relation I have? Practical thing is to doing, and our presence is necessary. I have to be there in the service with him, my Gurudev. That
Not
will
so
be,
much that to teach. No?
that is love with my Gurudev.
Wow.
And Gurudev, I feel that we are lucky that you want us to serve there, because I feel when Shri Guru is seeing their disciple there, that is a good fortune. Because I myself, maybe I have not such a strong desire, but when my Gurudev has desire for me, when Gurudev has desire for his disciples to help there, that is also Jiva Abhisar starting and strongly giving push.
Honestly, Guru desire only to serve Radhika. He no desire anyone come or not come.
Mm.
Why he will desire that?
But
Desire
you
should
just said that you need help.
serve Radhika. But if I have a desire to serve also to Radhika and to help his service, has to be our desire.
Our
Guru
desire.
will desire for that to disciple, they come. He is only one desire to serve Radhika. If you have a desire similar, then we have a desire similar, then we will do this. If you have no similar desire, we will never do that. If we have material desire, we will never do that. And the Gurudev, wait, I have a full-time job here. I cannot
I come
give
tomorrow. Tomorrow I will come.
here
Next life.
or next life. I can do this life. I have too many things.
Let me finish first this.
But when we close eyes, we not bring anything. But I miss that time. When Gurudev show me the way, I miss that way. That is going to, in my life, in this body can be successful, and after dying also will successful. Life will successful.
Yeah, I have to be ready and greedy
Ready,
to
quickly.
be with him and waiting that he is calling, come here, and he will show me that and how to do it. And I can bring something to him that he can do his seva.
I see Anandas Babaji and Babaji's disciple. They no keep near to them. They
Right.
keep, and they come to see. And when they see Gurudev, he understands who is growing or not growing. He can see.
Babaji.
Babaji, I see. Because they have no place to keep it. So they say, okay. But when they come, they feel the vibration and the activities of them that they are serious or not.
Is
They
there
can,
greed or not?
yeah, the vibration change now. The thinking, behavior, total change. Who is greedy? And who is not greedy, there be will. And without realization, greed not come. And realization not come in my material identification. That is the problem. Material identification, how realization?
Hmm.
Who is body is my senses are, these are covered. This is a major issue. And from this project, how I create everything, that is the major thing for me. Is a material ego of ours. The others not make it. Your children ask, I love my child, how much they love you. But why they will love? They love their child or to you. Okay, you will share me some property. That is, they are waiting to divide from you. This is material. It should be. But what I achieve with this whole life working and then what I give, old age home are dividing the money. Good and bad you do for the children, and children has no business with it. He has no
Yes,
business.
this is they have because their consciousness is in like my consciousness when I was younger. I am in that material consciousness.
Yeah,
And they have no interest to develop this. Because even in young age there is more interest in the matter.
yeah,
Children coming and like this, no?
yeah. And then we The children not listen to me, then our interest go to the grandchildren
Hmm.
because they listen to their small babies.
Hmm.
And when they grown up, they also not listen. This is the process. But one day I am alone. It's a Maya.
That's yeah, yeah.
Yesterday, one person asked me, "How are you?" I said, "By your grace, I'm very good." One of my sons, "By all of your grace, I'm very happy and very good." This is the reality.
Right, right.
This is the reality. We have to think, pray the grace of that I catch the right path.
Outside there are not many, Gurudev, but inside there are many with us, right?
Inside is open, outside automatic understanding will appear. In is blocked, outside not there.
Hmm. When Chaitanya came, Gurudev, he has to bring all his followers with him. He cannot find in this world,
So all they come,
right?
all them, all them, all they come with that.
He brought them, but they was not here. So this is the same situation now.
You see?
Here are not so many.
Yeah. Nobody is here. But their divine realizations are there. Some, maybe 100% they are doing, some 5-10% is out there. If we see this and we understand this and practice this, something can
They let a treasure here, Gurudev, and as long as there is one self-realized Manjari in this world, this treasure is open.
yes. And one thing, this is the gift only they left us to do it. And it's still there. I see Vinod Baba, who is very prominent. Others also will be there. But Vinod Baba, you can see the gap.
Mm. We have our example, Gurudev.
Mas
Really mercy.
the moment we realize mercy comes to us. That is the time when I realize it. That is the moment of mercy. Lava matra sadhu sangha sab. The mercy come with the association of saintly soul. Thank you, Radha.
Today we had this beautiful.
They are all saintly soul. You can imagine. So many are in the world, but you see that all the saintly souls who want to listen, who like to listen this. Even in my disciples, so many
Mm,
people there, but they are not interested because still their nature not become sensitive. They don't
no.
interest. In Japan, now is a 10, 11. Many are in Japan.
And also Hong Kong.
You see, Hong Kong. One baby, small baby of Japan, you know,
Mm.
plenty of properties of mother. Everything is there, but she has interest. Nice child, nice husband, all family is well to do, and this baby has interest. She joined morning and evening class. This is in previous life is a saintly soul. By desire, she got the human body born in Japan, Hong Kong to get the more comfortable life. This was desire in this saintly soul. She got the female body because she has many desire for the female liking, so she got female body. In Hong Kong, these are the saintly souls who have the desire to increase that. These books are Amrita, I'm telling you. Every day I listened 10 days before, and today I am listening is a new. I never listened this subject. You can imagine so many points are there, and I am listening with Sachinandan and English both books together, and I listened this 13, 14, but now again is new. This is the miracle of this. How much deep you can go, how you can be out. This is mercy of Uddhava and you and all saintly soul who is joining this program. Thank you. Thank
Thank you, Gurudev. So heart
you.
melting.
Uddhava, difficult for you, for Germany. This time is very early for you.
3 o'clock.
Time about 4 a.m. or which time, I don't know.
Mangalarti, Gurudev.
3 a.m. You see, you leave your bed at 3 a.m. And European has a very difficult to leave bed before 8. No, they are really trying to come at 6 he cannot make password to that. I can understand his problems. But too early for it. I see many Europeans too early for that. They will say too early to take breakfast. My God.